to Clint Scaliti. I'd probably be over there in the park or someplace. Krista used to always tease me about being a bag lady, right? But since he pays my rent, I can afford the rest of my existence. Yeah. But he's so funny. He when he goes to the market, he brings me almost as much food as he brings for him, and there's 6 of them, and there's 1 of me, right? And I keep telling him, "No, thank you, honey. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that." And I hate throwaway food. I really hate to throw away food. I can eat the same. Well, I can, but I don't generally eat the same thing like 3 days in a row, right? I freeze almost everything, right? And I freeze them in small enough packages so it can be for like 1 or 2 meals. And I'm going to freeze them sweet potatoes today because I don't want them to go to waste. And it don't seem like nobody's eating them but me. And I'm going to cut a good percentage of that ham off. And what I do with the ham like that is I lay it out on the cutting board. I put like the plastic
saran
wrap on there. Then I lay it out and things like this, and I freeze it, and then I put it in the freezer bag, like, or I'll put it
so
in.
So you can see it.
Huh?
So you can see it.
Yeah. Or I'll put it in like a sandwich-like type bag, or sometimes the snack bags, which is like a one-time thing, and then I'll put it in the freezer bag, so that way it don't get that nasty freezer taste, and I can have it 6 months from now, and still be. I can put it in the frying pan to heat it up, or I can put it in the oven, or I can put it in the microwave. And a lot of times, like if I have something like a lot of that left over, I'll look in the cookbook and see what's a good way to fix it the next time. And I was thinking about this time grinding up some of the ham and like making ham patties. But I'm still thinking. Right. Yeah, but
like
yeah,
hamburgers.
Yeah.
Like real hamburgers.
Yeah. Auntie Riri, I told her about, how I freeze everything. And she said, I do that too. Right. And because when you're feeding one person, to me, I mean, some people don't mind feeding one person. I don't particularly like to cook for one person, not unless it's my breakfast. But the other meals, I like to have something that's already done and just warm it up. Well, I don't mind doing a salad, but even when I do a salad, I'll do a fair-sized bowl. At least 3 meals out that bowl, so I don't have to stop every time and do the.
And you move from cooking for groups of people.
And see, that was what the thing. That's why I stopped liking to cook. Is because when you're cooking for one person versus when you're cooking for 7, 8, 9, 10 people, it's a big difference.
I know.
Big difference.
Yeah.
And
even after you had kids, you were still cooking for your grandkids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And so I do not like cooking for just me. But I don't like to cook, well, it's because of having to cook smaller. I still, when I cook, I only cook like maybe 3 meals or 4 meals out of whatever it is that I'm cooking. But I don't like to be forced to cook. Right. I like to cook. If I'm gonna cook big, I like to cook what I want to cook, not your daughter. I mean, your mother, my daughter. Put a situation where I have to cook. But I don't like that. No, I told everybody, my one meal that I cook on purpose is Christmas Eve. That's my one meal a year, but I don't mind. I don't mind cooking 20 pounds of anything. I don't mind that. Because what I do, because I want to enjoy myself too, is I do it by days. I'll cook, okay, when I do barbecue, I take my wings and I put them in the quart size or the gallon size baggy thing. And if those are going to be barbecued, I put my sauce in there. Okay, say Christmas is Wednesday, or Thursday, say Thursday. On Monday, I'll do that. And then on Tuesday, I'll turn them over so that the stuff really gets into the bone, right? And then I'll turn them back, and then that last day is when I'll cook them just before the people are done. Do here. And like I have, usually I have the chicken, the Chinese chicken, and the barbecue, and the hot chicken. But they soak in that juice for like 2 to 3 days and they fall off the bone. They don't, you don't have to worry about ripping. You can do like this, and they're, almost digested, And then, like say, on another day, I might, if I'm going to cook greens, then I'll take my turkey wings or whatever part of turkey I get, and I'll cook them off the bone. And then I'll take the bones out. And I'll let the juice cool down overnight, but refrigerated. And then the day before I'm going to serve it, I'll cook the greens, because I like day-old greens better than just fresh cooked greens. To me, they have a better flavor. Mm-hmm. And then if I'm going to have like the candied yams or anything, I'll do them that day. But like I do so much per day that when the day comes, I still have a lot to do. But I don't have everything to do. Like making the fruit plate or the chips and dip and stuff like that. I can do that on the same day and not be exhausted from peeling potatoes and doing this and doing that and doing that. And I don't mind that. But just telling me, well, yep, it's coming over Sunday, and you tell me Saturday afternoon, I don't like that. If they come, they better bring their own food, because I'm not feeding them, which I think they know. So, yeah.
That's great. You. I'm gonna turn it off.
Anything is having time, taking time to. If you're going to be with the person, be with the person. Don't just have. The one thing that's so horrible now with kids and electronics is they aren't happy, not unless they're on one of them gadgets. Xavier, we used to play games every time I saw him. Matter of fact, he'd almost walk through the door. Talk about, playing games. And I think I lost him now. But I can drawing back in. But then again, he is different when it's just him and I than when it's him and I and his grandmother. Right? The things that he does with his grandmother, he looks at me for permission because he knows there's certain things that I allow and there's certain things that I don't allow. And I'm going to still love you, but I'm not going to let you do this because it's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's not right. But if somebody else thinks that it's all right, then when you're with them, then you can do that. But when you're with me, you can't do that. Even though they allow it. You're in my house, and I'm sorry. But that's how it is. And I love you no more or no less. Right? And when he stays with me, we go to sleep. Well, he goes to sleep, watching some kind of what do you call the thing? VCR thing. And one time, I didn't remember how raunchy that show was, and I turned The Nutty Professor. And I was thinking I knew it was funny, but I didn't realize how it was. And anyway, so I put it on, and we were watching it, and he's doing all those and all that stuff. And he just loved that to pieces, right? So I let it go for the whole. I let it go for the whole, for the whole thing. And the next time he said, "Oh, Grandma, can we watch that again?" I said, "No." And he likes SpongeBob, so I'll let him watch SpongeBob. And there was another one that I found that I thought would be appropriate, and it really wasn't. But since it started it, I let him go through it. And but we always watch a movie for him to go to sleep by. And then one time that he stayed overnight, Craig brought one of the little computers. In one of the game things that they play with the cards, right? That was on the computer, and earphones. So he went to sleep watching that. But it's so close to his eyes that the next morning when we woke up, his eyes still hurt because he watched it for like maybe 2 hours straight without pausing. So he said, "I'm not going to do that again." That's a good idea. Yeah, but I enjoy his company, His Highness. One time I put too many chocolate chips in his pancakes. And then the next time, this last time, I put too few in his pancakes. But I do believe that's because his grandmother was here. Because I put the same amount of chocolate chips in these pancakes as I put in the last ones that I made for him last month. And they were fine. As a matter of fact, he had about 5 of them. Yep. And he wastes syrup. So, the little containers you get from the Chinese thing with soy sauce in it, I put the pancake syrup in that. So that way you don't waste, the extra pancake syrup. So he just thinks I'm serving him, making his thing extra special. I'm saving money for me, but it makes him happy and it makes me happy. So that's good. Yeah. And he likes to have juice with his breakfast. So I put, juice is sweet. This is for you.
Christina?
It's your mother.